On tonight's edition of our nation's sports show, we recap Week 10 of the National Football League. On Thursday Night Football, the Dolphins beat the Ravens 22-10. On Sunday, the Washington football team hosted Tom Brady and the world champion Buccaneers in one of the shocking games this season. Washington beat Tampa Bay 29-19. Tom Brady had multiple interceptions thrown against the Washington defense. For once, the Washington defense looked good as advertised, as we thought they were going to be this entire season. Also in Week 10, the Green Bay Packers shut out Seattle 17-0 at home. Cam Newton returned to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday for Week 10. In his return game back for Carolina, they destroyed Arizona 34-10. The Dallas Cowboys got back on track this week with a 43-3 thrashing of the Atlanta Falcons. After last week's shocking loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Buffalo Bills got back on track with a 44-17 thrashing of the New York Jets. The Vikings beat the Chargers 27-20. The Pittsburgh Steelers, somehow, some way, I don't know how, but they did it anyways. They finished their game with the 0-8 Detroit Lions with a tie at 16-16. On Sunday Night Football, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs went into Las Vegas and beat the living hell out of the Raiders defense, 41-14. The Chiefs, for once this season, looked like the old Kansas City team, like they have been for the past 3 seasons, going to 2 consecutive Super Bowls. And on Monday Night Football, San Francisco beat the Rams 31-10. Tonight, our Nation Sports Show recaps Week 10 and previous Week 11's action in the National Football League. The Nation speaks to you. Next. From the gridiron to the court, talking all that is sports. Members of the Bust of the Nation bring to you our Nation Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Ezra Vickery, Joey Thornton, Kevin Rorie, and Stephen Wyand.
All right, here we go, folks. We are live once again, and we are here. It is another week of Sports Talk live here on YouTube. It is our Nation Sports Show, and we are ready to rock and roll, folks. Hope everybody's had a good week. Hope everybody is getting ready next week for the holiday weekend. Of course, Thanksgiving is next weekend. We will give you an update probably by the end of the show what the plan is for next week, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now, we got a big show. We got a big show for you, as of course, another very unpredictable week in the NFL is in the books, and we start another one tonight. But before we get started, we got to go into the specifics as usual, which is, of course, how you can interact and follow us throughout the show and throughout the week. You can find us on social media: Facebook.com, search Our Nation Sports Show, Twitter.com/ON_sports show. You can find us there. Also, you can find us on Instagram. You can find us everywhere. You can find us on YouTube as well, where the show is currently live right now. Go to youtube.com, search Our Nation Sports Show. We need to get to that 100 subscriber mark. We are only 20 away. So please share, like, subscribe. Please get people to like our page. That way we can get their custom URL so it's easier for you guys to find us. And it's easier for us to get out there and help you and get our show out to you. And also you can interact with us, of course, on Discord, discord.gg/Nation's Corner. Hit us up there. You can follow us there on the Our Nation Sports Show text and voice channels where you can even call in if you have a question for us or if you have some input you want to put into the conversation. But enough of my yakking as usual, which is not surprising. But we'll get to our guys here tonight. We got, of course, with us the man to my bottom of my screen, anyways, to the left. He is, of course, none other than Joseph Thornton. What's up, JT?
Yo, 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 what is up, all the sports fans out there? I hope you guys are ready for another show tonight because we are going to bring it here.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We bring it all the time, man. We bring it all the time. And if we ever get too wild, just remember, Joe, I could always read a verse from the Book of Paul, but I digress. And if you guys are Kiss fans, you guys are fans of, I guess you probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. But let's get to our next guy here, none other than the San Francisco 49ers fanatic of this crew, Mr. KR Kevin Rorie. What's up, dude?
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be here tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Next up we got, and then finally we got, of course, he's back this week after being at one hell of a show last week from Thursday to Sunday, and that is, of course, Welcome to Rockville. And he is back in the co-host chair. Big Steven Wyand. Steven, what's going on, man? Okay, while Steven's taking care of some business here, we'll get to a couple quick things. Here he is.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah, Slipknot, Metallica's 2 sets on Friday and Sunday, Lamb of God, Disturbed, Stained, The Offspring, all these great bands, Mastodon, Gojira. It was a hell of a weekend down there in Daytona, man. It was so awesome being at that track, man. And just, there was over 160,000 people in Daytona Beach, Florida for this festival. It was a great weekend.
Wow.
And it was a great way to cap off great concerts this year after going to no concerts last year due to the COVID pandemic. And man, I couldn't think of a better way to take a little break, from the sports show to go to Daytona to listen to my favorite band, Metallica, do the Black Album in its entirety from the back to the front. Yeah, for those that get that. And get to see them do some other songs, from not the Black Album on Friday, which is 2 great sets. No set was the same. There was different songs in each set. It was an awesome, great set for Metallica. And Gojira kicked ass, Lamb of God kicked ass. I mean, just overall, it was a great weekend. And I don't know what was more disappointing. Some of the Slipknot fans that were in attendance, you bunch of idiots, or some of the things that went down in the National Football League this past weekend, which we'll get into.
Oh man, you hit that button. You hit that nail on the head for sure, Steven. We're gonna get into that here in just a quick moment. Of course, last week in the NFL was another crazy week, as we said at the start of the show. We've had a lot of crazy scores. Of course, the week before was probably what I called opposite day. I guess this week you could call it opposite day 2.0, even though it wasn't as bad as it was the previous week. At least the Jags didn't take home a victory. So, I mean, but that's a whole different ballgame for another show. There was some player injuries. I want to get into some breaking news right off the bat, and it's not even NFL related. It's MLB related. 2 big, huge news notes to report, and that is, of course, Bryce Harper for the Philadelphia Phillies was named overall MVP of Major League Baseball, and it's just breaking right now that Shohei Ohtani has been named the American League MVP.
Not surprising.
Wow.
Surprising.
Rightfully deserved for Shohei Ohtani, who not only pitched but also hit this season too as well. Played both positions very well. So congratulations goes out to both Bryce Harper and Shohei Ohtani on that front. So congratulations to those guys on some big awards at the end of the season. But we got a lot to talk about in the NFL. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. What a crazy week, man. What a crazy week in scores. What a crazy week in just the NFL in general. And let's go ahead and get started with the first game of the week last week, which was the Dolphins beating the Ravens 22-10. Lamar Jackson not having a good showing that day. The Dolphins showed up for sure. Miami with their first home win versus Baltimore since week 13, 6 years ago.
Wow.
So anybody want to take the lead on this one?
Well,
Go ahead,
I will say that I don't know. Well, I don't know which win was more surprising. The Jets beating the Bengals or the Dolphins beating the Ravens. I don't know which one is more surprising because they're both very surprising to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the Ravens simply got outplayed in this game in every facet of the game, special teams, defense, offense, everything. I think Baltimore sleepwalking this game. I really think they were just sleepwalking, and they thought that, we got an easy win. Nope, you can't take any game off because that division is so tight. Cincinnati, Cleveland, if they can get their act together, which is at this point probably not. Cincinnati, if they can keep it up. Pittsburgh, which we'll get to that, which is probably the biggest disappointment of the week. But Baltimore, one of the better teams this year, just was asleep at the wheel, and they got beat as they should have. You can't take these games off. You can't.
And what have we said week after week after week? Any team can be beat in any given week.
Yep.
Anybody can be beat. And we saw a prime example of that this past Thursday night when we saw of course, Miami beat Baltimore, and I'm just like, wow.
I can't take Baltimore serious, and I'm not going to take Baltimore serious. Everybody's been jumping on me from the start of the season when I said Baltimore is not contenders. Their offense is lackluster. Outside of Lamar using his legs, they have no running backs. They have no O-line. They have no receivers. If you're telling me that Sammy Watkins is your best receiver or Hollywood Brown, please. Hollywood Brown would go to Buffalo and wouldn't get no playing time behind that receiving core. Hollywood Brown would go to the Rams, not get no playing time with that core. So Baltimore, and to be honest, they've been blowing leads. If Kansas City hadn't blown the lead in week 2, they'd be facing the loss. If Indianapolis Colts wouldn't have blown the lead to the Baltimore Ravens, they would have lost. I can't take Baltimore serious.
The Ravens have gotten lucky.
Any serious contending team is not going to blow a lead to Baltimore. They're not going to let them back in. So Baltimore, I don't give you no chance unless you can teach Lamar how to throw
exactly
400 yards, because that's all the hope.
Yeah.
It's this I think absolutely. I agree. I think the Ravens slept on Baltimore because or I say the Ravens slipped on Miami because Miami, 3-7, not the best of records, not having a great season, but you can't sleep on any team on any given Sunday. You can't do that. Nope. That's willingly sticking your hand in the bear trap. It's not the smart thing to do. We make fun of the Jaguars, we make fun of the Detroit Lions, all the time we do, but you never know. Detroit might. Even with how bad they have been playing, you never know. If one good team falls asleep on them and says, this is an easy win, Detroit could come back and kick them in the ass and win a game and finally get a win. Who knows?
Yep.
And look at Miami. They were 2-7 before this game.
Yep.
Now they're 3-7. Why? Because Baltimore fell asleep. And like Kevin said, he's got great points. They have no running back core. They have no O-line. They are depleted on every single part of their game. And Lamar Jackson is the only thing on the running game that's keeping them alive, because Lamar is a good running quarterback. That's about it. That's where it lies.
And if he's not running the ball successfully, they're not going to get no damn yards in the
running game.
Heck no. And see, and Ezra, going back to what you said about what we said week after week about you can't underestimate a team like Detroit, for example. I mean, think back to I think it was like week 3, week 4, when Justin Tucker hit that 66-yard field goal. Shoot, he could have easily missed that kick, and Detroit would have had their first win of the season.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, because they were losing 17-16.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Baltimore had to rely on a field goal to be a winless team. I mean, Kevin, you pretty much nailed it on the head. I mean, other than Lamar Jackson, I cannot trust that Baltimore offense to save their lives. I can't.
No,
and that you got to think of it like this: come playoff time, it's not just. It ain't the NBA playoffs where I'm gonna go to sleep one game. I still got 7 games. It's the 7 games.
Exactly.
It's
one game.
Done. You
one
lose,
game.
You're
That's
going
it.
home. Win or go home.
Yes.
If you can't sleep on nobody.
There's no turning back. There's no tomorrow.
No, you can't. Single elimination. Either you win in advance or you lose and go home.
That's it.
I mean,
just not a good day at the office for Baltimore. I can't. I can't take them serious. I mean, just like, let's be honest, fellas. They have gotten lucky this year, and they've been very fortunate about the football gods. I mean, if Kansas City didn't blow that lead, if the Colts didn't blow that lead, if Tucker didn't make that kick, they would have lost 3 games already. 3 more games.
Not just that, if the football gods didn't have Cincinnati lose to the Jets, or the Cincinnati lose to the Browns, Cincinnati be the lead in that division right now after they put up 44 on the Ravens the first time they played.
Yep.
I think that division is still going to go to Cincinnati because unlike Baltimore, we can actually take Cincinnati seriously. As long as they have Joe Burrow behind the center and Jamar Chase catching bombs like he has all year, and not to mention that amazing runabout they have in Joe Mixon, we can actually take Cincinnati.
And their defense is pretty damn solid too.
Hell yeah.
So Cincinnati is the complete team in the AFC North. I mean, I can't take Baltimore serious. I sure as hell can't take Pittsburgh serious. I mean, my God.
We are going to get to that game in just a little bit here because we're going to get to that game in just a little bit. Of course, you ran out some of the scores of your intro, Steven. But, of course, the Bills bouncing back from that horrible loss to Jacksonville. Came back and obliterated the Jets 45-17. That is the most points against New Jersey or against the New York Jets since week 4 of 1979.
Wow.
So, and then, of course, we don't have to go deep into that game, but this next game we got to talk about. And that is the Washington football team somehow pulling out a huge win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. But unfortunately, it came with a price. Chase Young, unfortunately, their defensive end is out for the remainder of the season with a leg injury. So, and I'm gonna throw this to Joe first. Hold on. I would, but of course, I want to get the first-hand perspective of a fan of this team and how deep knowledgeable you are with this team specifically. But we'll get to that in just a quick second. I want to run down some stats after this game. Here, of course, Tom Brady, 23 for 34, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions by Mr. Brady. Let's see. Also, for the Washington football team, Taylor Heineke, 26-32, 256 yards, 1 TD, no picks. Some great 2 touchdowns from Antonio Gibson as well, running 24 carries for 64 yards, and a touchdown from DeAndre Carter as well. So, pretty good game on the rushing end for Washington football team. Of course, now they're 3-6. Tampa Bay drops to 6-3. I'm going to go let me give a little quick note here. I'm just going to say that a lot of people think, this is the same thing we had at first with Kansas City, and that is that people think, they lost to a crappy team, so hit the panic button. This is not a panic button situation. This Tom Brady and them are so far ahead right now as far as in their division, just playing great ball. It's just a step. It's just a stumble. It happens.
It happens to the best of them.
Yeah, I think maybe it's not that I don't think they took him seriously. I think Tom Brady, like it shows in his stats, had a bad day out the office. 2 picks thrown. low yardage compared to what he usually throws. Usually he throws 300 plus, but Tom,
For 256, for 275, 280, etc. I mean,
yeah, even 300 plus, like I said, 300. Hell, one game he threw for 400 yards recently. So, so it's unlike Tom for him to do that. But we're not giving no excuse to Tom because he's a Tom Brady. We're just saying from the facts, he had a bad day at the office and he just couldn't connect to the right people. But Joe, let's go to you, man. Being a Washington fan, this is a double-edged sword for you, man, because unfortunately, you got this victory, but unfortunately, you lost one of your premier players for the rest of the year. So, your thoughts on this game and the injury to Chase Young?
Well, I mean, what can I say? I mean, the defensive rookie of the year, Chase Young, has 7.5 sacks last year. Hasn't done so good this year with only getting a sack and a half, but Chase Young is still the unbelievably stout leader of that defense. I mean, no matter what, or no matter who tries to step up for that defense, Chase Young, he tries to do what he can to help that defense get where they need to be. And when I heard that he went down in the game Sunday, I was like, oh gosh, not Chase. But I got to give props to that offense. I mean, even though Terry McLaurin got banged up, Antonio Gibson finally stepped up a little bit. Taylor Heineke finally broke out of his shell to beat the all-time GOAT right now in Tom Brady. And I mean, I was very surprised. I was very surprised at how well we played against Tampa Bay and that stingy defense that they have. I mean, there's not really much else I can say. We just played a great game. We came out firing on all cylinders, and I'm gonna be ready to put some tape over Cam Newton's "I'm back" mouth come Sunday. I'll be so ready to put some tape over his mouth and slap the skin off his face.
Just because you won one game doesn't mean shit. You'll be traded to
exactly.
You'll be traded to the New York Giants before the year is out.
Please, football gods, please fulfill that, please. I'm begging you,
Guys.
Nice little throwback.
I mean, speaking of football gods, my take on it is everything kind of had to go right in Washington's favor because although Tom Brady didn't have a good day at the office, that could be – I'm not making excuses for a 7-time champion. Don't get me wrong. But two of his best receivers did not play. Chris Godwin, injured. Antonio Brown, injured. Mike Evans was the only guy and a bunch of peons out there playing. So
to be true,
not being able to
that is true.
Run the right route, Tom Brady getting frustrated. Tom Brady finally, after threw that second pick, was just like, fuck it, regroup, get ready for next week. Let's just call today, guys.
Yep.
But Washington, on the other hand, they did a great job offensively against a very stout Tampa Bay defense. And it was kind of the other NFL defense. They kind of get deflated. They're like, come on, man. We stopped them one time. Now we give them a short field. They're on our side of the field. They're going to get 3 points anyway. Kind of upset Tampa's defense, and they couldn't stop nothing after that. But that was a good game by Washington. And as far as Chase Young, I'm praying for him. He's in my prayers. I hope he gets better. And it's just something about those Ohio State DNs in their second year. First Nick Bosa last year. Now Chase Young. But I tell you what, Joe, you got something really to look forward to if Chase Young follows in Nick Bosa's trend, because Nick Bosa this year is tied for 4th in the NFL in sacks. So if he follows the same trend and gets well like he is, his physique is going to let him still be a beast and bouncing back huge next season.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And not to mention how we finally have a kicker whose last name is not Blewett.
Oh, yeah, because he blew it. Oh.
Yeah, we got former Carolina man Joey Slye kicking for us. And I cannot wait to see more of him in action come Sunday. Cannot wait.
You guys got a good pickup there. It's like I don't know. With like you said, it was a great win for Washington. It was something. It was a confidence booster. That's what they needed. Unfortunately, with the Chase Young injury, it is a little damper. But like you said, Kevin, if Chase Young follows in Nick Bosa's footsteps as far as the recovery goes and the mindset of, hey, I'm going to come back bigger, badder, better than ever, look out. He's going to be a force. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with next season when he's 100%. I think he's going to put up some big numbers in sacks. I think he's going to do really, really well. To me, he is a premier defensive end in the league. He's done really well. Like you said, 7.5 sacks last season. He's done really well for himself as a player. And like you said, this injury is only a roadblock in the way of him to greatness. And it's just a matter of how he can recover, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually as well. If he can get him all those things in one great line, I think he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with next year.
Exactly.
See, and not to mention, even after Chase Young was put on the stretchers, he still came out onto the field and sat on the bench and watched us beat Tampa. Now, if that's not heart, or if that's not a player showing heart, then I don't know what it. Then I don't know what is.
Right.
Exactly. We go from an underdog team somehow pulling out the victory.
Great win by Washington
against the former Super Bowl champion to a team who is kind of on a back pedal, destroying a team who had a big win from last week, and that is the Cowboys. And this kills me to say this, and I'm going to say this with not a lot of conviction, but how about them Cowboys?
Yeah, how about that ass beating that they gave Atlanta?
43-3. Absolutely destroying Atlanta. Look at these stats. For Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 24 for 31, 296 yards with 2 touchdowns. And then Ezekiel Elliott, 14 rushes, 41 yards, 2 TDs. And even Dak had a rushing touchdown as well.
Why the hell not?
It did CeeDee Lamb, 6 receptions for 94 yards with 2 TDs. And Tony Pollard, 6 receptions, 56 yards as well. A lot of great even distribution on the throwing side of the ball. Dallas, man, they just came in there and they killed it.
They were angry playing. They absolutely destroyed Atlanta.
They were coming in vengeful, and they came in there and proved it. Unfortunately, it wasn't against a more higher level team. I mean, Atlanta's a good team, but they're not nowhere near like a Tampa Bay or a Green Bay or whatever. It doesn't matter. I feel like that Atlanta, they basically fell asleep. They didn't wake up. They didn't answer their alarms. They didn't go put their uniforms on. Instead, I think they put like Rutgers or some shit out there to play for them. I feel like they picked like some like tech school football team and put them out there.
Yeah.
You know what? I know I'm gonna take after you, Ezra. Like you just said, I might sound like the biggest Cowboy hater right now, but whoopee, you beat a bottom 5 team in the NFL. Congratulations. All I'm gonna say is I hope, and I know we're jumping into the next week while me saying this, I just hope you keep that same energy, and I hope that the Kansas City Chiefs, like we're going to get into, played the second half like they did against the Raiders, play that way against the Cowboys then next week, and then we're going to see how well the Dallas Cowboys measure up to a team like that. We will see, but yet to this day, Dallas has not played much competition. I've said it. They have not played much competition at all. I'm waiting. I mean, you play in the worst division in football outside of the AFC South, for God's sakes. You got a 6-game lead damn near on Washington and Philadelphia. And the Giants like,
suck.
Jesus Christ. Like, you play in a horrible division. Come play in the NFC West. Come play in the AFC North. I mean, come play teams that are going to fight you week in and week out because you have an easy schedule.
Yep.
I'm waiting till you play teams like Arizona that you got coming up with a healthy Kyler Murray. I'm waiting for you to play teams like the Kansas City Chiefs of 2020 and 2019, not this year's Chiefs. I'm waiting for you to play then. Until then, if you can beat one of them, I will shut up. I will shut up in my Stephen A. Smith voice. I'll give my hats out to you, and I'll give you the respect you will get then. But until then, nada.
I mean, listen, let's be honest. I mean, Dallas, they should have beat Atlanta, and they did. They absolutely destroyed them 43-3, like you guys, just said. I mean, Prescott had a hell of a game. Elliott had a great game. I mean, but come on, play some competition. And if you beat the teams, if you beat competition, okay, we can take you serious. I mean, come on. I mean, Baltimore, just with their game in Miami, the game against Miami last week. How can I take Baltimore serious losing to Miami? And I mean, my God, Dallas needs to beat these teams that they're supposed to be facing, and they did. But the ones that are supposed to be threats to them making to the Super Bowl or making to the conference championship game in the NFC, they got to beat competition to be taken serious. And we'll see. We're gonna get into it.
I still cannot take Dallas seriously because, like Kevin said, and like you said, Steven, Dallas don't play competition. I mean, yeah, they beat Atlanta 43-3 this past week. Whoop-de-doo. What did you do the previous week, Dallas? Oh yeah, you got your asses beat by Denver. All over the field, on your home field. So,
hey, and if I'm banking on anything, Thanksgiving and Dallas do not mix, because last time I checked, the Cowboys have gotten their ass beat multiple times on Thanksgiving.
Yep, and it's gonna happen again this year. It's gonna happen again this year.
Well, we're gonna get into it. We are. We're gonna get into that next week, sometime next week. But Dallas beat Atlanta. They should have. Come on, beat some competition, please. I'm begging you.
Right. You gotta have competitive teams in order to really showcase your talents. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Yeah, but you're not beating the more competitive teams. You're not beating the best teams in your division.
Come on.
And what's the point of even trying?
Beating the other best teams that are in the AFC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but let's go ahead and move forward to the next game on the dot. Well, first off, honorable mention. We got to quickly mention, of course, the Tennessee Titans, who continue on another big win, squeaking by the Saints 23-21, and of course playing without Derrick Henry. There's the best overall player in the entire NFL. Who's still out with that injury. They're still playing well. They're 8-2 now, so. Great performance this week once again from Tennessee. Yep. Of course, like you said, the Colts beat the Jags. What's up?
And not to mention, Derrick Henry still leads the league in rushing yards.
Yep.
Absolutely. Colts beating the Jags 23-17. That's a good one, but I don't know what's worse about this game.
Oh boy.
The fact that the Steelers tied the Lions.
Oh God.
Or Kiss actually released the Elder album.
All right.
We all know if you're rock and roll fans, that album is a complete dumpster fire of a music album. Just like the Detroit Lions are a dumpster fire of the NFL. I'd rather be strapped to a chair. I'd rather be strapped to a chair and listen to Lulu than be a Detroit Lions fan.
I'd rather be tied to a tree and forced to listen to Saint Anger by Metallica, which is one of the worst produced metal albums of all freaking time. How in the blue hell did the Pittsburgh Steelers tie Detroit Lions, who were 0-8? Oh, you want to know why? Because. Just because. Pittsburgh. How do you do this? You know why? Because you're not the team of old. You're just you got a grandpa out there saying, "Oh, I can still play quarterback." Ben Roethlisberger is on his last legs, people. Pittsburgh is finished. There's no way in hell that a good football team is going to tie the Detroit Lions, but the Pittsburgh Steelers do. Whoopee! Great job.
allow me to say the 4 famous words that I came up with just a couple weeks ago. What the hell, bro?
Come on, seriously.
All I got to say, guys,
but I do have to get
we got some comments from our. Hold on, sorry to interrupt, Joe. We have some comments from our good buddy R.A. Davis, of course, the graphics producer for not only this show but also our nation's sports, or also the nation's quarter as well. He put Steven's begging, yo ho ho. And then he also put Lulu listening party instead. That's one party I will not attend, RA. I'm sorry, but
sorry, RA, but no dice.
I think I'd rather listen to Unmasked, but I digress. Joe,
yeah, I mean,
to your point.
But I do have to say though, Big Ben actually didn't play because he was at home with COVID.
Oh, that's right. Duh. Yeah. But seriously,
Still though.
But still.
All I got to say is if it was any other trash team like the New York Jets, that's a loss.
Yeah. Not even Mason Rudolph can save the day.
Here's my theory. The football guys have been killing Detroit all year. They got a strip sack fumble to end the game. It was a 40-yard field goal, a simple, almost past the extra point. And the Detroit kicker just clear shunk it and sunk it way sideways, not even close. And I'm like, if that was the New York Jets or the Jacksonville Jaguars, that field goal would have been good and the Steelers would have completely lost. But it being the Detroit Lions, nope, you're not going to win. You're not going to lose. You're just going to tie.
Not even Mason Rudolph can save the day for Pittsburgh.
No, and I got one more question to ask to the Pittsburgh Steelers players. How in the hell do you fumble the ball not once, but twice in the final minute of overtime?
You know why?
How?
Because.
Before we begin this, we want to throw out a couple quick shout outs to some of the people listening to the show right now. Of course, our boy, the greatest truck driver of all time, Mr. Tony. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing safe on the road. Hopefully, wherever you're at. Of course, got to give a shout out to our favorite ranting grandpa, Elder Mike Mongrovian. Mike.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, get off my lawn, you and your 80s rock and roll music. But also, we got a quick little shout out from this right here from a buddy of Kevin, yours, and Steven says, "Hi, Steven and Kevin from Randy. You 4 are doing a great job."
What up, bro? What's up?
Absolutely. A little quick shout out there from the YouTube chat. Thank you guys for interacting with us. We appreciate it. Let's move on to the next game. And the next game was another thrashing. And this time, it was by the New England Patriots.
Yes.
Cleveland Browns got stomped.
45-7.
Jinx, you want me to cook?
Not stomped. They got slaughtered.
Yeah, let's take a look at the stats, shall we? The stats for the Browns. Case Keenum, 8 for 12, 81 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Baker Mayfield, 11-21 for 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
And also, before you continue, the interception happened on the worst possible scenario for Cleveland, in their own fucking end zone, basically, as far as like their own side of the field.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And a double whammy.
For the Patriots, Mac Jones, 19-23, 198 yards with 3 TDs and no picks.
Good Lord.
Another great game for Mac Jones. Has been really showing out.
He's having a heck of a season this year.
Absolutely. Mac Jones really showing out. He's a rookie, correct?
Correct.
He's for a rookie, he's doing one hell of a damn job.
Wonderful. He reminds me how Peyton Manning was playing in his rookie year. Very solid.
He's playing very well. He's playing like a veteran. He's doing a great job. He's showing veteran poise. He's getting the plays out there when they count. He's doing a really, really good job. They may not make far in the playoffs or even make the playoffs at all, but to me, these performances like this from Mac Jones, I think, prove that he's going to be a very viable threat in the near future. And it won't be long. It won't be long before we see Mac Jones in the playoffs playing good. I know it's too early to tell. It's his first season. You know, they always go through that sophomore slump, but I think Mac Jones is going to be a threat in the future.
And kudos to Belichick for picking this kid up because, I mean, let's be honest, fellas. I mean, he saw how Cam Newton was last year. Cam Newton absolutely was crap last year. And he gets Mac Jones, and Jones is having a hell of a season for the Patriots. And it's rookie year. And that's what's crazy. This is his first starting professional season as a professional football player in the NFL. And he is absolutely shocking everybody around the league and us fans from around the world because he is playing at such a high level for being a rookie.
Yeah, I agree. With New England guys, just a quick thought on them. Kudos to Belichick because after Brady left and won a ring, that's when all the naysayers and haters come out. Oh, Belichick ain't a coach. It was really Brady. It wasn't the system. Belichick can't coach. All that. Belichick has a rookie quarterback in playoff contention with barely any offensive weapons. Hunter Henry, you got your what's the running back? Harris,
right?
And that's literally it.
Ramondre
Because let me tell you what, their best receiver was a scrub on Stevenson.
Yeah,
the best receiver was a scrub on San Francisco. Kendrick Bourne he can't catch a cold. He still can't catch a cold. The ball hits him in the hands. Half of Mac Jones' picks this year have come from when I watched it, smacking Kendrick Bourne right off his fucking hands into the defender.
And
but
no
shout
offense,
out to
but the interception by Trayvon Diggs, sorry, Tony, off the dude's hands.
But going to Cleveland, dude, you got rid of your cancer in Odell Beckham. I get it. But it's so much drama with that thing. I'm just going to say, and I know I might be over-exaggerating, but scrap the season. Baker's hurt. Get the guy out the game. Leave him out the game. Let him get the surgery or the treatment and or both that he needs to be healthy for next year. You're just risking the guy's career. He's already not a great quarterback.
I'm sorry.
You're going to end up turning the guy into Mark freaking Sanchez if you don't watch it. Get him off the game. Scratch this season. Get him surgery in the offseason. Do something. Let him come back next year and see what he's working with. Go in the draft. Get you some help. Whatever you got to do, just scrap it. Scrap it.
And I'm sorry, but let's be honest. I mean, come on. Mayfield is not that great of a quarterback. I mean, he had such a great year last year for Cleveland. And you would figure that, we were a game away from the championship game against Buffalo. And we had a great season. And the next year we're going to come back strong. No, Cleveland has not done that this year. Cleveland is back to somewhat being the old Cleveland, a little bit. I mean, they're still decent, but no, I knew when Cleveland had all that spotlight on them that they were going to regress a little bit because, Mayfield, he's not had a great season. He's had probably more interceptions than touchdowns, and he's just not had a great season. I'm sorry. He's not that great. He's not that great. His mechanics are not that great. His mechanics are not that great. Just no. Sorry. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Terrible. Absolutely. A couple work week stats earlier for the Patriots. Brian Hoyer even threw a touchdown in that game for New England Patriots. They brought him in 3 for 3 for 85 yards at a TD.
Hey, not bad.
So even they have a great. Like you mentioned about the offensive weapons. Like you said, they've had very little offensive weapons, but what little they had did very well. Especially on the rushing game, Ramondre Stevenson had 2 touchdowns, 20 carries for 100 yards.
Good Lord.
Kendrick Bourne had 3, even though he didn't have any touchdowns. He had 3 carries for 43, so that's pretty good on his front. Kendrick Bourne also had Kendrick Bourne did have, though, a receiving touchdown, as Jacoby Myers did. Kendrick Bourne, 4 receptions for 98 yards. And also Hunter Henry had 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions for 37 yards. So it's and then, of course, unfortunately, 2 of their players, and of course, 2 fumbles were lost, which even that didn't really matter in the end, as like you said, New England stomped the living hell out of the Cleveland Browns. It's just a bad game. Another bad game this week for Cleveland.
Cleveland's had more bad games than good games this year. Let's be honest, fellas.
Yeah, that's why they have a 50-50 record currently in the NFL right now.
Yep.
But moving on to well, first off, of course, the Minnesota Vikings squeaked by the Chargers 27-20. But
a typical Vikings game, let's be honest.
Typical Vikings game. Yep. Quick little stat on that though. Kirk Cousins, 12 passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions in 5 road games this season.
Interesting.
So he's not playing too bad on the road. He's doing pretty good. Well, let's get to this game. You mentioned this at the top of the show. The return of Cam Newton to Carolina.
Ugh.
And unfortunately, I know, Stevie, you had your views on it when you sent me that rant I told you to send me last week. You
said it, and I said, all right, I'll do it.
I didn't expect you to actually send it, so that was a nice little surprise for me. And here's the funny thing, Steven.
Yeah.
This is the honest to God truth, and I'm saying this in front of the entire sports show cast and the entire listening audience. I did not review that rant before I played it.
Wow.
I didn't listen to it beforehand. I played it live for the first time ever for my ears, as well as everybody's ears, when I played it during the show when we mentioned Cam re-signing with Carolina.
Wow.
So yeah, wanted to make it the real experience for everybody on this. But I mean, let's take a look at some of the stats. I mean, yes, Cam Newton only played for a short time. He got a touchdown. That's about it. A rushing TD.
Good job.
3 for 4 for 8 yards. PJ Walker had no touchdowns as quarterback for Carolina, even though he threw for almost an 80% passer percentage, 167 yards, and he threw an interception. That's it. But Arizona, man, what the hell happened?
Man, it just goes to show you.
That's another great team that unfortunately fell to the wayside this past week. It did not play well at all.
It just goes to show you that Kyler Murray is a huge ingredient to their success this season so far.
Absolutely. Colt McCoy only 11 for 20, 107 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. The same thing with Chris Streveler. Chris Streveler, 6 for 9, 36 yards, no picks, no touchdowns.
Oof.
They were lucky enough that the one touchdown was for James Conner on the rushing end of the game. Dude, the only player to hit looks like more than 10 yards of reception plus was Zach Ertz, 4 receptions for 46 yards.
I'm sorry, but people got too much hype on San Francisco 2 weeks ago laying a fat ass egg against Arizona's backups, because now all the Carolina fans is, oh, them backups beat San Francisco 31-17, and we done that. Now, oh, yada, yada, yada. I'm sorry, but we just laid a fucking egg. The 49ers just came in there, laid a fucking egg, because let's just face it, that Arizona team, their offense is shit without DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is the MVP candidate. You see how bad. No, hear me out on another game here. You see how bad last week or 2 weeks ago you took Aaron Rodgers off that team. You see how bad that Green Bay Packers team looked. The same fucking way with Arizona. You take Kyler Murray out, you can't do shit. Okay, they did shit against the Niners. The Niners laid a fucking egg. Just come in there. Oh, we're just gonna turn the ball over, give you a short field. Defense ain't gonna play. And wada boom, wada zam. Guess what? You win 31-14 and now, or 31-17, and now Carolina comes in and beats them out, and Carolina fans acting like, oh, we beat a legit team. We beat.
You didn't win against the quarterback that's been MVP
this candidate this year.
Come on. I mean, come on.
Let me see that. Because this week, Kyler Murray is coming back.
Yep.
Holy crap.
You did not beat the quarterback that has been keeping Arizona on top for the majority of the NFC West division this year. Kyler Murray is the reason why Arizona is doing what they're doing along with DeAndre Hopkins, because those two dudes are playing ball this year. Murray has been amazing.
About the Cam Newton situation look at. I'm not gonna take him serious. I'm gonna stare like Stephen A. stares at him. Like, I'm not gonna take you serious. Last year with the New England Patriots, his first 2 games, week 2 against Seattle, threw for almost 400 passing yards in that loss. Guess what he did after he had COVID? That's when he started to suck. So hell, even a blind squirrel. What have I always said on this show? Even a blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while. Cam Newton's going to find that game once in a while, and then after 2 or 3 games, he's going to suck down the road. And I know that's how that saga goes every year since 2015.
Come on,
no difference. Even's older. Come on, man. Get out of here with that mess.
I mean, let's be honest. Joey, Kevin, we've known each other for over a decade. Kevin, you and I have known each other for 17 years, bro. Let's be honest. We cannot stand Carolina fans. They're the worst freaking fans. And we're arguably some of the worst fans ever. Because the moment Cam Newton and Carolina won on Sunday against Arizona 34-10, they're going, oh my God, we beat a top contending team. Yeah, you beat a top contending team without the MVP of that could possibly be this year in Kyler Murray at quarterback.
Exactly. And I mean, Steven, you pretty much nailed it right on the head when you said that Carolina fans are the worst fans in the world. And honestly, I cannot agree with you more, because keep in mind that these Carolina Panther fans who have said, oh, we're so happy to have Cam back. Cam's finally back in a Panthers uniform. We're finally going to go somewhere. Now that we got Cam Newton back.
Did you not remember the Super Bowl against the Broncos when they fumbled the ball?
These are the same fans who, whenever Cam Newton was struggling, they're like, get his butt out of Carolina. We don't want him here no more. Go to hell, Cam.
Just a bunch of bull crap. I mean, come on.
You hit that shit on the head, Joey. Every Carolina fan I've known just 4 years ago, we don't want Cam. He's washed up now. He's hurt. He can't do it no more. But they still gave an excuse. Oh, the offensive line ain't doing. Ron Rivera ain't shit. Oh, he ain't got no weapons. McCaffrey ain't shit. Oh, the defense ain't shit. Now, what? And now this year, Carolina's going to lead us to the promised land. Give it 4 games, and then it'll be, the
I give it 2 games.
Helping Cam. DJ Moore stuff. McCaffrey can't run.
You know what? I'll give it 1 more game, because if Washington goes into Carolina and beats them, they'll be like,
I'm going to laugh.
Why the hell did we sign Cam Newton only to have him lose to his former head coach?
Dude, I'm praying to the football gods above that Washington absolutely beats the living piss out of Cam Newton and his team that he calls home once again, the Carolina Panthers. I mean, come on. I mean, you Carolina fans, give me a freaking break. You're over here going, oh, we're so glad to have Cam Newton, Superman, back on our football team. Really? And yet you fans were bitching and complaining about the same quarterback who fumbled the ball in Super Bowl 50 against Peyton Manning and the Broncos, who did not have the guts, the soul, the intensity to go after the football when he fumbled the fucking thing on the ground and said, I'm going to let the ball rest on the field. Not even going to go up there and get the ball. Why? The game wasn't even over then, you idiot. Give me a break.
Exactly.
So I'm going to take. Let me pause here. After assessing this latest diatribe for Mr. Stevie Wyand,
yes,
I've come to the conclusion, and this is a very specific conclusion.
Yes.
You don't like Carolina fans, do you?
No, we do not. We cannot stand them.
No. This is, you know what? This is borderline worse than freaking Oasis and U2. Yes, I said it. Yes, I just said it. We are live. Mark it down. November the 18th, 2021 on Nation Sports Show. Live on YouTube.
No.
I would play only from the Elder right now, but then again, Gene Simmons might send me a lawsuit, but I digress. Back to the sports talk. But anyways, back to the sports talk. But as far as Carolina,
I gotta say one thing real quick.
Oh boy.
And Ezra, Steve, and Kevin. Oh my gosh. I would rather have Monday Night Raw's creative team.
No!
Holy cow.
No, sir. No, sir.
I would rather have Monday Night Raw's creative team.
No, sir. How
Monday
dare
Night
you?
Football is
serious.
created so you can go play for the New York Jets.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I had to say it. I'm sorry.
You had
But-
to say that, didn't you? Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Uh,
Anyways,
Boy,
let's
I had to say it.
we got other games to get to, guys, and we got a couple more to get to. Actually, right here, your buddy, the one who's from Randy here. If their motto was keep jumping on the football instead of keep pounding, they would have won the Super Bowl.
Agree.
very well said, Randy. Very well said.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's the next game I want to quick mention is, of course, Packers.
Oh boy.
You see this, you see the sound
Oh boy.
of you see sound of excitement in my voice when I have to mention the Fudge Packers.
I said, allow me to start this one.
17-0 Seahawks.
Hey, allow me to start off by saying, I watched that entire game, and the first 3 quarters were nothing but an absolute snooze fest. After 3 quarters, the Packers were up 3-0.
Oh my
After
God.
3 quarters, after 3 quarters, the Packers were up 3-0. I'm like, oh,
I don't know
my
what-
gosh, that game literally put me to sleep. You can ask my wife, and she will tell you that game put me to sleep.
I don't know what was worse. That game through 3 quarters of Mudvayne's performance of Welcome to Rockville with Chad Gray's voice.
Dang.
Actually, no, Steven. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. Seattle's performance on that, or freaking what Monday Night Raw's creative plans for the next year. But yeah, like you said, Steven, it was, they basically fell asleep. They didn't even know what was going on.
Even Green Bay was
I
like,
mean,
you know what, boys, we're gonna take the night off.
do not get me wrong. Yes, this is Russell Wilson's first game back since the finger injury. I get that.
Yeah.
I completely get that. But also, how can you not score a single point? That's the question.
You're a
Look,
professional athlete. Come on.
I mean, it's happened
Hey.
before. Right? We can't say it's not happened, but this is
Well-
we're talking about a former Super Bowl champion team. We're talking about a team. This team is a shell of its former self. 3-6 record. Russell Wilson threw 2 picks, no touchdowns, 161 yards. Freaking. I mean, don't get me wrong. Aaron Rodgers, he didn't have a good game as well. He threw no touchdowns, and he had a pick despite throwing for 292 yards.
Ugh.
Yeah. Steven,
Do you
do you remember? Steven, do you remember when we did the NFC West? I don't think Ezra was on that episode, but
No.
when we did the NFC West preview, and I made the comment, I said, I think this is the year Seattle regresses. It's going to be a downfall.
You did.
Russell Wilson, I mean, he's still Russ. He's still going to cook. But, I mean, Pete Carroll, he's had past his prime coaching. I mean, you got DK, okay, who's been an overrated receiver in my eyes. Tyler Lockett getting past his prime. You ain't got no running game ever since Marshawn Lynch left you, or Robert Turbin. They left. You ain't got no running game. And this defense is horrendous. They suck. They are ass. They are garbage. And I don't care who you play. Like Green Bay, literally, I'm more shocked that they didn't put up 40 on that horrible defense.
I know.
That just
That's
tells
when
me
I
how
saw
bad
the
their
score, I
offense
was like, what is
struggled.
going on here?
But any other team balling is going to drop 35-40 on Seattle's defense. So that was kind of a shocker. But Seattle, I think this is the year where they're going to have to make a lot of business decisions in the offseason. I mean, you might have to trade some key players. Lockett might have to go. You might have to trade to get some draft rebuild for the future. I mean, it's about that. If Russell Wilson ain't happy like he was in off season, I mean, you never know. You might have to make them happy. You might have to trade. You might have to do something.
Yeah.
It's about that time for Seattle to hit that rebuild mode now. Arizona's been there. San Francisco's been there. I mean, the Rams just got out from being there. Everybody, it's Seattle's turn now.
Yep.
I agree. All right, next game we're gonna jump into as far as a review from this past week. Is of course the Chiefs. And the Chiefs storming back 41-14, taking out the Raiders. Listen to this amazing stat here. Patrick Mahomes, 406 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a quarterback passer rating of 127.6.
Good Lord.
One hell of a game from Patrick Mahomes, man. He came back with his team roaring. And man, they show that they're down, but they're not out. So you take a look at some of the stats. Travis Kelce, 8 receptions, 119 yards. Darrell Williams, 9 receptions, 101 yards for a TD. Tyreek Hill, 7 receptions, 83 yards with 2 touchdowns. Byron Pringle, 4 receptions, 46 yards with a touchdown. And even Noah Gray, he got a touchdown in there.
Why not? I mean, Kansas City played a hell of a game against Vegas. I mean, they came storming in that second half. I mean, I got back from Metallica's second set in Daytona from Sunday night. I came back into my hotel room. I'm like, holy crap. They absolutely destroyed the Raiders in this game. What Kansas City team is this? Oh, wait, that looks like the team that was from 2 years ago for the past 3 seasons.
I've been very impressed with that performance just because of who it was against, how it happened, and the circumstances. It was prime time on Sunday night against a divisional rival who held the lead in the AFC West. And lo and behold, Kansas City shows up. Their offense finally shows up. They stop turning the freaking ball over. The defense makes some stops. And then you got the offense yet again showing out, as well as now that the Kansas City Chiefs done that, they're back again. Like I said, don't hit that panic button just yet. They're in first place in the AFC West. They're in a good position. It's just preseason for them right now. They're just working the kinks out of that machine.
Yeah, for once, we finally cannot hit the panic button on Kansas City because Patrick Mahomes finally decided, he finally said to himself, you know what? I've committed so many horrible throws, which has resulted in so many turnovers. I'm going to go on and have the game of my life this week. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, the cat tossed for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, no picks, no fumbles. I mean, that is, a dream come true for Mahomes. I mean, finally, we saw the Patrick Mahomes of old, and I hope it does not go away this week against the Dallas Cowturds. I do not hope it goes away.
Oh, man.
And yes, I said it, Dallas Cowturds. I said it.
Wow.
Wow. All right. All right. After that one, let's move on to the final game of the week. And Mr. Kevin Rorie, this is your grand moment because your 49ers took out the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
31-10. And Jimmy G has a 5-0 record officially against the Rams themselves. So, Kevin, the floor is yours, man. Let's hear about your team's big win over the Rams.
Man, I enjoyed it so much, and I know I predicted the Rams to land, but just knowing Kyle Shanahan had something cooking for Sean McVay. I've said it in the pre-show. I always said it. Kyle Shanahan has not lost to the Rams since 2000, before the Super Bowl. The year before the Super Bowl, they have owned the Rams. because Kyle Shanahan offensively has figured out the Rams' biggest flaws on defense. Jalen Ramsey can't tackle. Why give him the opportunity to throw the ball his way when we could just run straight over him because he can't tackle? Aaron Donald, he's more worried about rushing the passer. He can't stay in his lane. Guess what? The running game has been going crazy. And George Kittle put Von Miller, a Pro Bowl left end, flat on his ass. He had blocked him and shut him down the entire game in the run game. And please, can someone, I know we're a run first offense, but can someone please put some respect on Deebo Samuel, the second leading receiver in the NFL? In a run-first offense, put some respect on his name. He reminds me of a more agile and fast version of Anquan Bolden. I'm sorry. He's physical. He doesn't go down easy. He will run you over. He will run around you. The best yards after catch receiver in the whole NFL. There ain't no argument there. I mean, the next best is Cooper Kupp, who ain't even averaging half of what Deebo does after the catch. And to watch my guys' defense actually play like the defense that I knew they were capable of playing. Before that game, they called a players-only meeting and said, hey, look, we got to get this shit right. Our playmakers need to catch the ball. We need to get picks. We need to create turnovers. We need more possessions for our offense to flourish. We need to play. And what happens? Jimmy Ward, damn Pro Bowl safety, 2 straight interceptions and a pick 6. That was very impressive.
Absolutely.
And that defense started eating all night. Nick Bosa got to the quarterback. They had Matt Stafford looking like worse than Jared Goff had ever looked against San Francisco. I'm sorry. Jared Goff Matt Stafford has always been overrated to me. Overhyped, and everyone uses the excuse, oh, he was on the Lions. I don't care. He was overhyped. He always has been, and he always will be. I don't honestly think this was too much of an upgrade. I still think the Rams have plenty of flaws on offense, starting with Odell Beckham looking like the Cleveland Browns Odell Beckham. Matt Stafford was expecting you, told you before the play, run a post. What do? You stop on the sideline looking up while Matt Stafford threw the ball right to Jimmy Ward. Like, dude, why quit again? I said, let me guess, your father's going to be out there pointing out film saying how it was Stafford's fault, right? Okay, then that makes me sick. And they did get Cooper Kupp the ball, tried to get him involved, but San Francisco was just too much.
You know, you talked about how Stafford played on Monday night, and he didn't have a great game. Pick 6, 2 more interceptions, and you just hit the nail on the head, Kevin. I mean, I really don't have the confidence to pick the Rams in the playoffs with Stafford under center, because Matthew Stafford really hasn't had that playoff experience. Only had, I think, 1 or 2 playoff games, or maybe 3, whatever it was, with Detroit. And I don't trust Stafford, with the Rams. I mean, tough competition in the NFC West and the NFC itself.
Agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if you were to take Jimmy G, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, and Kyler Murray, you can easily say that Jimmy G, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray can easily run circles and actually lead an offensive-minded team deep into the playoffs, unlike Matthew Stafford. I mean, Stafford has had no luck whatsoever when it comes to being a leader of a team. I mean, look back to his days when he was at the University of Georgia. I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick in the 2008 NFL draft. And, I mean, what has Stafford done ever since then? He hasn't done anything. I mean, he's led the Lions to possibly 2 playoff appearances, which would be okay if you were looking at a 2, possibly 3-year time span. But you're looking at but you're looking at 2 playoff appearances in 12 years when you have a guy who Kevin and Steven, y'all should know real well. His name
Megatron.
was Megatron. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, the guy who just went into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that guy.
When you had a receiver like Megatron to throw the ball to, but yet you decide to get your other players involved and leave Megatron out in the cold. I mean, Matthew Stafford is not a leader, and we saw it this past Monday night, and we're probably going to see it the rest of the season. I mean, Stafford is not a true leader to me.
Let's give credit to, well, it ain't Stafford, but San Francisco played the offense they want to play. They want to go on these long 8 to 10 minute drives, and you've heard of icing the kicker, calling timeout, making them wait. San Francisco's offense is an offensive approach like we're going to ice the other team's quarterback, make you sit on the sideline. That way, when it's time for you to come out, you ain't throwing the ball. You're not warmed up. It's like you just went and sat down and completely gave up the day. They played the offense they wanted to play. And let the record be known that the Los Angeles Rams playing the San Francisco 49ers have not been the same since Aaron Donald made the comment in 2019 when asked by a reporter, what is your plans to stop Deebo Samuel? His response, who? Deebo who? Who is that? Well, who was that? The guy had 10 scrimmage touches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns on you, ran right over you, right around you, ran through you, caught a 4th down touchdown. So who is that Aaron Donald? You might want to learn his name, because if you ain't stopping him, you're going to lose to San Francisco every time.
Exactly. And as far, I mean, well, not really as far, but as long as Deebo Samuel continues to control the ball, to control the yardage that he gets week after week after week, it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if he catches the ball or if he runs a wide receiver option and runs the ball. It doesn't matter. As long as Deebo continues to handle the ball like he has this entire season, Deebo is going to be a huge, huge, huge threat for years to come. Years.
Yeah, and I've said once and I say it again. Deebo said Vikings wish that Percy Harvin was. That's all I'm saying about it.
Yep. Percy Harvin was a bust. All Percy Harvin knew how to do was to get migraines week after week. That's all he knew how to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Before we're gonna do a little something different today. We're gonna actually go through we're gonna go do a quick score update right now before we get into our predictions for the week, for this coming week, week 11 here. So as I pull up ESPN right now, we're actually gonna do score updates, and then we'll get right into our predictions, which we love to do every week. So let's see what's going on right now. Let's see. Right now, of course, we got the Warriors and Cavs are going on right now. Warriors up 35-31 with 9:35 left in the second.
Yes, sir.
Of course, right now the Wizards and the Heat are playing. Heat's up 21-19 with 11:22 left in the second. T-Wolves and Spurs just started. That game right now is going on as well. 5-0. T-Wolves over to Spurs. Clips and Grizzlies just started, tied at 0. 76ers and the Nuggets will play at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV. And then the Raptors and Jazz will play at the same time as well. So we got those games. And then, of course, we got a slate of college games going on right now. NCAA men's, I believe men's basketball going on right now. Yes. We got Xavier up on Ohio State 54-48 with 6:12 left in the second. East Carolina lost to Oklahoma today, to the OU Sooners. 51-44. Actually, that game's going on right now with 16-13 left in the second. Stony Brook right now leading ranked number 3 Kansas 6-2 in the first. St. Bonaventure took on Boise State and won 67-61. Clemson defeated Temple 75-48. And ranked number 24 Florida beat Milwaukee 81-45. And then in the NHL, we got the Calgary Flames leading the Buffalo Sabres 2-0 in the second. Maple Leafs leading the Rangers 1-0 in the second. Penguins leading the Canadiens 3-0 in the second. Panthers leading the Devils 3-1 in the second. Flyers leading the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1 in the second. And the Sharks and the Blues are tied at 0. Stars and the Wild are tied at 0. And then 4 games later on tonight, 2 games at 9 p.m. Eastern, both on ESPN Plus. Oilers and the Jets, and the Blue Jackets and the Coyotes. And then we got the Red Wings and the Golden Knights, and the Hurricanes and the Ducks at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus as well. A lot of big games and stuff coming up here tonight. Oh yeah, and of course right now at NCAA football, Duke right now down to Louisville 14-3. So that's going on right now as well. But now that we got the scores all taken care of, let's get to our favorite portion of the evening, shall we?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Which is, of course, our score updates. And by the way, our score updates is brought to you by Hulk Hogan's Sex Tape, which answers the question, what you gonna do, brother, when the 24-inch pythons and Hulkamania run wild on you?
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
Anyways. Don't put yourself into a shoot, brother.
Anyways, a reading for the Book of Paul. No. We're not even going to go into that.
No, we're not going to go into that.
No. We're good. All right, first game. Let's get into it, guys. Here we go. First game is tonight. Patriots and the Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And this game, of course, will start in less than 4 minutes.
I was just in Atlanta 2 weeks ago for George Strait and Metallica on Friday and Sunday, respectively. Great stadium, but this will not be a great game. New England 35-10 over the Falcons.
Yeah, I gotta agree. No Cordero Patterson inactive tonight. That's the only thing Atlanta's had going for them. Give me New England 28-10.
I'm gonna go Patriots over the Falcons 31-10. Mr. Joey?
I'm actually gonna do a little Super Bowl reference here and go 28-3 Patriots.
Aha!
Nice.
No. I'm just kidding. 34-13 New England.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. First game of the week. First game of the this week to start. The Saints and the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field.
You know what? Give me the Eagles in an upset. Give me 28-24.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with you know what? I'm gonna go with Kevin here. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. You know what? I picked a lot of teams with high records to win, and they've kind of, bit me in the ass the past couple of weeks. So let's see. I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one. I think it's gonna be Eagles 21-14.
I'm actually going to pick Philadelphia as well, 24-20.
Okay, Joe.
All right, so I'm actually not going to go against the grain here because even though we're going to see the return of Alvin Kamara this week, this is going to be Philly's game to lose. I'm going Philadelphia 31 and the Saints 20.
Okay.
I watched Philadelphia fucking do a Philadelphia thing and win and lose.
that Philadelphia special. Blow the game.
Every time we're all in unity, that team loses. That Philly special.
Oh my god! I forgot to mention this. Our buddy on there, Randy, he put on there earlier when we were mentioning the Raiders.
Yeah,
the Raiders make me want to drink with Bill Cosby. Being a Raiders.
Oh god!
Oh, I forgot. Randy is a Raiders fan. Sorry about your luck, bro.
No, he says being a Raiders fan is almost worse than being a Browns fan.
Oh, I feel your pain, Randy.
I feel that.
So good.
I wonder if you would rather drink with Bill Cosby and sit in a car with Henry Rose and John Gruden.
Randy, let's see. Randy, I'll ask Randy this right here live on the air. Randy, what's worse, being a Raiders fan or would you rather listen to Metallica Saint Anger?
Actually, no, what's worse? for him? What's worse for him? What's worse, being a Raiders fan or sitting through 3 hours of Monday Night Raw every week?
Oh,
Oh Lord.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on
Next.
before we come up with any more scenarios.
next.
The best game of the week so far: the Dolphins and the Jets.
I knew you were gonna do it, son of a bitch.
Why, Ezra? Why? Why?
I'll go
Good
with
Lord.
the Dolphins. I'll go with the Dolphins 14-3.
Best game, my ass. 14-10, Miami. Good Lord.
Give me the Jets on this one. I'm gonna go the Jets.
What?
I'm going the Jets.
What? You can't be
Give me the
serious.
Jets. 13-9.
God, no.
Give me the Jets.
Oh my gosh.
I'm taking a chance. Might as well risk it on a trash game than a game that's meaningful. I'm taking the
Evan,
chance.
if you get this game right, God bless you.
I'm sorry, but the Jets' offense is so boring. A Nat Geo special has more interest for me than they are.
Hey, but I will say, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but we are going to see a quite familiar face take the field for the Jets this Sunday.
Get that trash
What?
quarterback out of here.
And that, of course, is
What,
Joe
a trash
Flacco.
can?
No, Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
a
right.
trash can.
Oh, you mean Joe Fluco? Okay.
I second that.
Okay.
Cannot believe you
Yeah,
picked the
even-
damn Jets. What the hell's wrong with you, Kevin?
Next
Hey,
game.
the Jets beat the
Even
Bengals.
though-
Did any one of you goofs pick the Jets when they beat the Bengals?
No.
Hey, Joe.
Exactly.
Joe.
Even though we're going to see the return of Joe Flacco, this is going to be an absolute massacre by the Dolphins. I'm going 28-9.
Oh dear Lord!
Yikes.
Holy shit!
I
Jets
actually
are.
think Tua was going to toss for like 3 touchdowns from this one.
Okay. Anyways, after that, Joe, you said earlier you hate Carolina fans, right?
Bring it on.
This is
Bring
your
it on.
56-0.
opportunity this week to shut those fans up. Washington football team versus Carolina at Bank of America Stadium.
Give me some masking tape, and I'm gonna put it over Cam Newton's mouth. Give me some masking tape. I'll get it done. I'll get it done.
You know what? Just for the sake of argument, I am going to go with I'm actually going to go with the Washington football team.
Yes.
I'm going to go
Yes.
I'm going to go 21. I'm going to go 21-17.
Ooh.
All right, Steve, because I'm going last.
Kev, you go.
Joey,
I don't like
love you,
that
brother.
Steven's passing the buck off to Kevin.
And I hate Carolina. This really is about to like a curl in my throat to say, but I think Cam's gonna get one more game out of them. Get the Carolina fans won't shut the hell up for another week. I think Carolina wins 24-21. I hate it, but
Man, I don't even feel. I can't win. I cannot win this week with this one because either way, I hate to say it. Give me Carolina, 23-20.
Okay. Joe?
God.
luckily, Steven, every time we pick Carolina, they lost. So hopefully
Yes.
this is one of those weeks. Every time. We all picked them against the Giants and they fucking got blown out. So hey.
Oh my gosh.
Wishful
Oh my
thinking.
gosh.
Come on.
Oh man, y'all don't want to hear my score.
Make it a tag team match, damn it.
56-0.
No,
Well,
no, but oh my gosh, I almost kind of don't want to say it.
Go.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
31-14 Washington.
Okay. Okay.
31, I'll give old Scam Newton maybe one touchdown and get Christian McCaffrey the other one.
Joe, I gotta ask you one question. Before you started the show, did you take any hallucinogenic drugs?
Absolutely not, because I just do not like Carolina Panther fans. I just do not like them. I have a lot of friends who are Carolina Panther fans.
If Washington football team scores 31 points this week, when was the last time they scored 31? I mean, come on. I think the only time they scored 31 points in anything is playing a game of Pac-Man.
Maybe a span in 2 games.
Good point. Okay, moving forward. We got to go next game. Colts and the Bills at Highmark Stadium. I'll start off this one. Buffalo 27, Colts 13.
I'm going to go with Buffalo 28 to 16.
Okay.
I'm going to go high scoring because of Jonathan Taylor. Can't nobody seem to stop him. I still got the Bills winning because of that offense. Give me the Bills 32-26.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Joe, you're up.
I'm actually going to go a little bit higher than Kevin's score. I'm going to go 34-27 Buffalo.
Okay.
All right, next game. This right here is truly the NFL game of the week because this is a good matchup, believe it or not. This is a real good matchup. The Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions.
Ezra, why? Why do you do this?
I'm predicting right now. I'm going to predict right now.
Oh, no.
21-21 tie. I'm kidding. No.
You had me.
No, Cleveland is gonna stomp them 24-3.
Oh.
Poor Detroit. You're gonna be 9-1. Give me Cleveland.
I got a similar score. I got a similar score, guys. I mean, it's gonna be kind of the same, but I'm gonna add a number. I'm going to go last second field goal for Cleveland. They fuck Detroit again, 24-23.
Wow. Ouch, poor Detroit. Give me Cleveland 24-10.
Oh, man. I cannot believe.
Number one pick.
I cannot believe I'm actually going to give out the score that I'm going to give.
He's going to pick the Lions.
No.
I cannot believe I'm actually going to give the score that I'm going to give right now.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Do it. Come on.
Don't get no time.
I dare you. I dare you.
0-0 tie.
It's going to come down to a last second field goal for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay.
My final score, Detroit 15, Cleveland 17.
Oh my God.
Hey, at least you still got Cleveland winning.
17-15.
All right. Next game, man. Kevin, your 49ers taking on Jacksonville at TIA Bankfield.
I'll go first. It pains me to say this. Jacksonville 13. San Francisco 31. What the fuck you think I was gonna pick? Jacksonville? Hell no. They can't even find the fucking end zone. How they gonna can't even find their way back home?
I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I'm gonna go 49ers 34, Jacksonville 10.
I'm going to go San Francisco 31-7.
Joe?
Why are y'all being so nice to Jacksonville? Why?
Because our defense
going-
gives up after 3 quarters.
I'm going 34-6. I'm giving them
Most
2
of
field
them-
goals.
I mean, the
They-
analytics expert is the owner of the to be the best.
Jacksonville
That's
is not
the
even
company on
going
the
to
planet.
find the end zone. They're not going to find the end zone. 34-6.
Jesus.
All right. Next game. Oh God, this Titans versus Texans at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh God.
Dear freaking God.
Give me the
Yeah.
give me the fucking Titans 34-3.
See, there is a reason. I mean, there is a reason why I'm starting Tennessee's defense in one of my fantasy leagues this year because of this game. Titans 31, Houston 3.
Give me Tennessee 38-0.
Whoa! Ah,
Give me Tennessee with a more favorable score. Give me Tennessee. I'm going 26-6.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I can see that.
That's reasonable. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
I can
fair.
see that.
That's reasonable. Okay. Next one is the Packers and the Vikings at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
And I'm gonna go first on this
I'm going
one.
to lay. I got it. Let me go first. I'm picking the Vikings in
Let
an
you
upset.
go.
No!
Washington 34-27. Give me
You
the
can't
Vikings
be-
34-27.
You can't
Really?
be serious.
I'm serious.
Wow.
Dead serious.
Well, in true Vikings fashion, they're gonna have another achy breaky heart. Give me Green Bay 27-24.
Okay, Steven, you just lost credibility for quoting Billy Ray Cyrus. Anyways, I'm going Green Bay. I'm going to go Green Bay 27-17. Now you started quoting Justin Bieber lyrics, I kick your ass off the show.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. Who's
Tremendous.
Who's next?
Me. I cannot believe I'm saying this,
No.
but I am going Minnesota this week.
No.
I am going with Minnesota this week because
Because
Aaron Jones is missing this week because of an MCL sprain. Without Aaron Jones in the backfield, the Packers are going to be relying too much on AJ Dillon whenever Karen Rodgers, yes, I said it, Karen Rodgers starts crying like he always does. I'm going to go Minnesota 27-20.
wow.
Okay.
I'm going Minnesota this week, 27-20.
All right. Next game on the list is the Ravens and the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field in Chi-Town.
Oh boy.
Allow me to go first with this one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Ezra,
Yeah.
I hope you're going to be proud of me this week
Okay.
because I'm actually picking Chicago to win this one.
Okay.
I am picking Chicago to win because, like we said earlier, we cannot trust Baltimore's offense right now to save their lives because they only put up 10 points on a weak Miami defense. So I think Baltimore's going to score a little more than 10 points, but I think Chicago is ultimately going to pull this one out 24-14.
Yeah. For me, of course, I'm gonna go Chicago. I'm gonna go 24-20.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Baltimore a few points because despite I think Lamar Jackson's a good quarterback, and I think he's gonna showcase it a little bit this week.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain here. I gotta go Baltimore because they lost their last game. I know how Baltimore works. They lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game. They lost last game. They had a bunch of time off. So I'm gonna go Baltimore, but it's gonna be a close one. I'm gonna go 26-23.
Okay.
I'm going with
Okay.
Baltimore in a close game, 21-20.
Wow.
Okay. Next game is the first game in the 405 Eastern slot. And it's a game with teams with 2 even records at 5-4. The Bengals and the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium.
Wow.
Okay, this might actually be a good game for once.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one still. I'm gonna go
Really?
I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I mean, Cincinnati's been playing good. I think this will be a bounce back game for the Raiders. I really, really do. But it's not gonna be a blowout by any means because Cincinnati's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be a tighter battle. I think it's gonna be 27-24 Raiders over the Bengals.
I've got seeing as how the NFL's played out over the last couple of years. Cincinnati don't really win much, so when they do win, they've got to be serious. And as we all know how the Vegas Raiders are now, they start strong, and once they hit that losing streak, they lose. I got to go Cincinnati. I'm going Cincinnati 31-24.
I'm actually going to go 3 points less than your score, Kevin. I'm going 31-21.
Okay.
I am going to go with Cincinnati in a close one, 26-23.
Okay. All right. Next game is the Cardinals and the Seahawks at Lumen Field.
Oh, come on. Arizona, without a doubt, 27-10.
I'm going to go with Steven. I'm going to go with the same score, 27-10.
I'm going to give them a touchdown. Give me Arizona 31-14.
Okay.
All right. Give me Arizona 27-13.
Okay.
All right. Next game on the docket is the Cowboys and the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium.
Oh, boy.
Yes, I'm ready to watch this one. I'm ready.
Go for it.
That's going to be a good game.
I think that the Chiefs have finally worked out all the kinks that has left them so vulnerable at the beginning of this season, and they are going to go out and give Dallas absolute hell in front of their own fans. No, Kansas City's fans, not Dallas fans, because the game is in Kansas City. But they're going to give Dallas absolute hell in this one. If Denver can go into Dallas and beat the ever-living crap out of them in front of Dallas's fans, then Kansas City can do it in front of their hometown fans.
Yeah.
Give me Kansas City 34-17.
Whoa.
34-17. I'm calling it right here.
I'm going to go with Kansas City in a close one, 31-24.
I'm going.
Go ahead, Ezra. Go ahead.
Oh no, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be a close one, like you said. 31-28.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with the Chiefs, but I'm going way high up. I think it comes down to a game-winning field goal, and I'm going Chiefs 44-41.
Wow.
Great high offenses. All right.
Offensive shootout. Nice.
Kansas City has won 10 straight games versus NFC teams, just as a little factoid there.
Yep.
All right. Sunday Night Football. Steelers and the Chargers at SoFi Stadium.
My
God.
Oh, boy.
Chargers 20. Chargers 27. Actually, no. Chargers 28, Steelers 17.
Honestly, I don't know who to pick in this game, guys, because a quick note, I don't know, I was reading it earlier. They, as of right now, Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, Austin Eckler are not expected to play with the COVID protocols, as well as Ben Roethlisberger still, Claypool, not expected to play TJ Watt. So it's just going to be like a freaking preseason game on national TV. But that being said, give me the Chargers because the Steelers, you don't deserve to get picked to win because you tied the freaking Lions. So give me the Chargers 24-20.
Wow.
Give me Chargers 27-13.
I'm going to Chargers, obviously, with this one. I am.
How the hell do you tie the fucking Lions? Give me a break.
I'm going to go the Chargers. Let's see. I'm actually going to go to Chargers 34-20. No.
Holy cow.
34-16. 34-16.
Okay. All right, Monday Night Football. Why?
Because
The Buccaneers and the New York Giants.
Oh my God! Why?
Tampa Bay 37, Giants 10.
Tampa Bay 41-7.
Give me Tampa Bay 37-10.
What's better, this or Monday Night Raw?
See,
This
Tampa, right now, Tampa's down, but they're not down that bad. I got Tampa winning 34-5.
Whoa!
What? The
34-5.
Oh Lord!
Good Lord!
Not a tie.
See?
At least that won't be a freaking tie.
So you saying the Giants are actually going to get a safety somehow?
Yeah, a mess up on the first drive. It'll end up being 2-0. It'll be like 30-something to 2. But they'll get a field goal in garbage time.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, what a. That was our scores for the week.
That Giannis for that game. That's a hideous game.
It
Yeah.
is. It's a very hideous game. It is. We're gonna go ahead and get into some quick little news notes here, as usual at the end of the show, and let's go straight into a few notes from, of course, to the NBA. Let's talk about Let's talk about Golden State. Golden State has gone out there and killed it again this past week, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, playing great, but we got to talk about the team that's currently on a 10-game winning streak. And that's none other than, I believe it is, the Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns.
Once again, man, Phoenix Suns playing great ball.
I've said it once. I've said it again. That is my prediction, and I'm sticking with it. Phoenix Golden State Western Conference Finals Game 7. I've said it once, and I'm gonna keep preaching on it.
That should be interesting. LeBron says that he hopes to return Friday against the Celtics, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, Kevin, are you sure you don't want the washed-up Lakers to join the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals?
For it to be a
Now, I'll
sweep.
give you another hot take, Joey. The Los Angeles Lakers will not make the playoffs. Mark my words.
That's not a-
Wow! Mark it down.
First of all, that's not. First of all, number
Wait a
one.
minute,
That's
wait a
not
minute. You know what
First of all-
gets me? They're not like Panther fans. Hold on. The Los Angeles Lakers There are fan bases LeBron fans who criticize the Warriors. Oh, y'all don't play nobody. Y'all got wins against nobody. But you know what? The same teams that Golden State's beat are the ones who are beating the fucking Lakers 110-83. Hence Minnesota. Oh, but Laker fans, Golden State ain't played nobody. But the same teams they said they ain't played is beating the hell out of the Lakers. I don't care. LeBron is father time is killing him right now. And Westbrook is not a leader. Westbrook leads the Washington Wizards, and now the Wizards are first in the East. Go figure.
Go figure.
And Anthony Davis is not. Anthony Davis without, I'm sorry, I love AD, but Anthony Davis without LeBron James is nothing but a fancier Carlos Boozer. Sorry.
Good point.
Good point.
Good point.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the Lakers in general. I mean, you got LeBron, who is, I mean, yes, he's one of the best players of all time. Do I agree? Hell fucking yeah. But he's too busy over the past 2 seasons. He's been too busy out there flopping on the floor, trying to like a fish who just got pulled out of a lake, trying to win an Academy Award for Best Actor for the way he acts on the court. And how can
they're making movies, LeBron, especially Space Jam.
Not only this, you have multiple All-Stars on your team. How can, with multiple All-Stars on your team, even with LeBron being out, how can you not gain victories?
Gentlemen, let's be honest. This is worse than his tenure in Miami, because Miami in 2010 was 9-8, but then afterwards they went on to do good. But this is worse than the start that he had with Miami in 2010. I mean, come on. Yeah. How is the Los Angeles Lakers losing to the teams that they're supposed to beat? I mean, come on.
Before we go any further, quick shout out to our nation's quarter buddy Trenda, who is currently watching. We love you, Trenda. What's going on? And she put Curry is babe, of course. She's of course from the Los Angeles area, so she's from that area, so she's a Golden State Warriors fan. She hates the Lakers. She put Lakers thumbs down in our chat, and then our buddy once again Randy put Westbrook.
Westbrook.
This is Trenda put on here on our YouTube chat. The Lakers should be blowing teams out of the water. They suck. She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
I'll give you guys another hot take right now. Without Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets will be bounced again in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. I'd say that offhand now.
Not wrong.
James Harden has not been he ain't even a shell of what he was since Game 7 of the 2018 Western Conference Finals. Let that be known.
Well, they also changed the rules too. He can't pull the same shit he did before. So.
No, they changed the rules.
Nope.
And I'll tell you something right now. No disrespect to Giannis Antetokounmpo, but the best player in basketball is Stephen Curry. Right now in this today. The best player in basketball is Stephen Curry. When you could go on the road into the Barclays Center in a big Warriors-Nets game, and you got the Nets fans chanting MVP when you touch the basketball, if that doesn't speak to how your game is, then Steph Curry is the best player in basketball. I agree with what Jalen Rose said. Kendrick Perkins said. I'd say the same thing. Steph Curry is the best, Giannis number 2, and KD number 3. It goes like that.
Yeah, you know what? That reminds me, of when Kobe and the Lakers went into Madison Square Garden to face the Knicks. And you got the Knicks fans chanting MVP for Kobe for his performance in 2009, scoring 61 points in Madison Square Garden.
That is true. That's true. But I also want to give another hot take to you guys. And this one is actually a question. You know how the ESPYs Awards airs every year, right?
Yes.
All right, so imagine if they had one category featuring 2 athletes, a category that they've never done before, and this category is for world's biggest flopper. Who would win, LeBron James or James the Floppy Fish Harden?
LeBron.
LeBron, let me tell you, the Lakers are playing so fucking bad right now that this shouldn't be allowed with the 300 feet of the Staples Center. which is about as close as John Sterling is allowed to get nowadays.
Keep in mind though, the Staples Center is now no more. They're changing the name of it.
That's right. Little
They
news
are?
update on that. Since
Yeah,
we're talking about the
yeah,
Lakers is that the Staples Center next year will be renamed the Crypto.com Arena.
What? Who in the living hell names it that?
Whoever wanted to get paid.
Apparently it was Crypto.com if you read the fucking news bulletin.
Oh my God. That doesn't even have a nice one. Welcome to the Crypto.com Arena. No. You don't change that name. Come on. It doesn't even have a nice ring to it.
Well, at least you ain't got to see that name, the name of that arena in the playoffs. Oh, sorry. Unless you're a Clipper fan, never mind. The Clippers will make it. The Clippers will be playing home games there.
Arena. Whatever. Give me a break.
Right now, the Lakers are standing 8th place in the West at 8-8. Are you serious? They're gonna get the Memphis Grizzlies.
And not to mention, the Lakers let Giannis and Antetokounmpo pretty much destroy them last night, scoring 47 points in that 7-point win over the Lakers. Which is nothing new because
What's up, Ez?
because the Lakers are freaking garbage. They are the oh god, no, I'm not even gonna say it.
Ezra, what you got in the chat?
Trenda put, I hope they move to Vegas. And then Randy put, I hope the Raiders move back to Oakland.
I'm not gonna say that about the Lakers. That's mean.
Las Vegas Lakers.
You know what? No,
that sounds better at least than Crypto.com Arena.
Crypto.com Arena. What the fuck?
I am gonna say it. I'm gonna say the Los Angeles Lakers are the New York Jets of the National Football League.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry, but Kobe would be rolling over in his grave right now to see this thing. All Kobe wanted was Chris Paul, and you couldn't do that, but you give LeBron freaking James, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard. What?
And you mean to tell me you're 8 in the West? Come on.
Oh, please. They're worse than the Sacramento Queens, for crying out loud.
Hey, at least their arena. Right. Oh my God. I mean, at least their arena sounds pretty cool. But the Crypto.com Arena. Give me a break. Come on.
Absolutely. And we mentioned earlier about LeBron, still being out of injury, hoping to return tomorrow. A player who may not be returning for a little bit, and I'm not talking about a whole season, but just the set number of games, is Luka Doncic. Unfortunately, a couple days ago, Luka Doncic suffered a sprained left knee and a sprained left ankle, which unfortunately is going to keep him out for the Dallas Mavericks for a while. He got tangled up in a game and unfortunately sprained both of them extremities. So Doncic will be out for
a great player, man.
Right now, it's not determined on how long he'll be out. It's a day-to-day process for him. So, but Doncic is one of the best players in the entire league right now.
Great player.
Oh yeah, a lot of respect for Luka Doncic. A lot of respect for him.
Absolutely. Let's see here. One or two other quick notes before we close out the show. The usual suspects here on the NBA post, of course. One main note we want to get to. Actually, this is the only note we have left. Klay Thompson has been cleared to return to 5-on-5 workouts as of this week. So
nice.
So that's pretty damn scary right there. That Golden State is number 1 and number 2 in offense and defense without Klay Thompson.
It is. It's a very scary. All the
scary.
He just has to come back 60% of what he once was, and that team's just not fair. Them and Phoenix are going to be right there in the Western Conference.
Sorry, LeBron.
Also,
hey, Kevin, I got a quick question for you. whenever Klay Thompson does come back, do you see the Warriors going with 74-8 this year, breaking their own record?
No, because Steve Kerr's going to, by that point, bench his players for 10, 15 games, unlike 2016, where they just ran out of gas. They were tired as hell. No, nah, it's going to be like, no, we're going to rest the last 3-4 games. Nah. Sit your ass down to the playoffs.
I think Steve Kerr is gonna play this a lot smarter than he did recently.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
He's gonna rest his players, keep them healthy, so that way.
Granted, that was the Adam Silver Draymond suspension stimulus check they gave to LeBron for that finals. Just saying, because that would have been over in 5 games. But the past is the past.
Yep.
Absolutely. The final news up before we close out the show, and it's the Dallas Mavericks will be celebrating a legend on January 5th when they retired the number 41 of the great Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes.
Yep.
I will make one note about Dirk. His 2011 championship might be better than outside of Giannis. I will say Giannis was one hell of a championship, one of the best in NBA history, because he was an underdog and went through everybody.
Yes.
He went through the San Antonio Spurs big three. He went through the Oklahoma City big three. He went through Kobe Bean Bryant, and then he went through the super team in Miami and got his championship.
Not just that, Kevin, but they beat the 2-time defending champions Lakers in the second round. Dude, how crazy is this? I was watching that game 3, the same game that you and I watched together here at my house, when the Lakers were down 2-0 against the Mavericks. They're down by 8 points in the fourth quarter. And Dirk, Jason Kidd, Stojakovic, Terry, Chandler, and those boys came back and took game 3, 98-92. And I'm telling you what, honestly, that is still, even though I'm a Celtics fan, Kevin, you're a Celtics fan, Ezra, you're a Bulls fan, that right there might be my favorite championship run by any team. I'll say that right here, right now, because nobody picked the Mavericks to win the championship in the 2011 NBA Finals. That was one of the best finals performances by any team and one of the best playoff runs by any team, because the Mavericks were down 15 against the Thunder in game number 4, and they came back and won that game. They were down 15 points to Miami in game 2 of the NBA Finals. Down 15 with like 6.5, whatever, left in the fourth quarter, and they came back and won game 2. They ultimately won the series in 6 games, and I was so happy for Dirk, for Jason Kidd, for Jason Terry, for Sean Marion, Caron Butler, Tyson Chandler, Rick Carlisle, the head coach. The entire Mavericks organization had one hell of a team that year, and Dirk deserves 10 years later, after he got his revenge on Miami and they beat that big 3 in LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade in the Miami Heat in 6 games in the NBA Finals. How glorious is that? 10 years later, Dirk Nowitzki gets his number 41 retired. Hell freaking yes.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, the man, Dirk, played all 21 seasons with Dallas. No player has logged more minutes than he has in the Dallas uniform, and he leads all-time categories of that team in games played, points, rebounds, blocks, and 3-pointers. So
not to mention he was a great 3-point shooter for a man his size.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the best 3-point shooters of all time.
Yeah, near 7 feet tall. He had great range, great shooting ability from the 3-point line. Incredible player overall. Multiple levels.
Kevin, remember that game 1 against the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals? He scored 48. Dude, they couldn't even stop him. Not Kevin Durant, not Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry, Westbrook. And Collins and all those guys, Ibaka, all those guys. They couldn't stop Dirk. Dirk was unstoppable. He had 24 of 24 free throws in that game.
And I do want to point out real quick that whenever Chris Splosh was guarding Dirk Nowitzki in that finals matchup, because, I mean, Dirk Nowitzki was scoring on him every chance he could, because all Chris Splosh knows how to do is flop on the court whenever he doesn't get touched. Hey, Kevin, real quick. Do you remember that video in which the Heat were playing against the Celtics. I can't remember who it was with the ball, but he brought his elbow around, didn't even make contact with Chris Bosh, and he goes, "Oh." Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
We would watch that
one.
on NBA.com literally all the
Yep.
time, and not to mention
Remember.
Rajon Rondo dunking all over Chris Bosh.
Yes, yes, sir. Posterize.
I'll never forget that dunk. That dunk was killer. I could watch it all over again if I could.
Yep. Yep. Just my God. I mean, I'm just so happy to hear that news that Dirk's number is being retired. That's a hell of a, hell of a thing, man. I mean, just great guy, great player, great man. He was so humbled in that 2011 run for Dallas. I mean, everybody was saying, dude, you're being compared to Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, the level that you're playing at. He's like, no, we keep fighting all that stuff. Every good compliment that Nowitzki was getting by the media and by the NBA, commentators and stuff like that, he was just deflecting all of that stuff and not taking the credit. He was just saying that him and the team, were doing what they were supposed to do. And I'm like, that's a great guy. I'm just so happy for him to get his number. He is forever now immortal in the Dallas Mavericks organization.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Absolutely. And that calls it for tonight's show. Final thoughts from everybody. Kevin, you first, buddy.
Let's see if Sunday brings us upon another opposite day 3.0. I hope it doesn't, but we shall see. It was good doing the show with you guys, talking all sports. I enjoyed it and hope to keep it up.
All right, Joe.
All right. Well, once again, another kick-ass show with you guys. I love doing this show week after week. Now, one thing that I will say real quick that I'm going to be tuning into this weekend is you see this logo that's behind my picture? Alabama. We are going to clinch the SEC West on Saturday whenever we kick the living breaks off Arkansas. All I got to say is, Georgia, I know you're a great team, but Alabama's coming for y'all in Atlanta on December 4th.
All right. Steven?
Man, after having a great time capping off the concert year that I had last week in Daytona Beach, Florida with Metallica's 2 sets and all those great bands, man, I missed you guys last week. It felt weird not being in the co-host chair and producing this bad boy, but I'm back. And what a great show as always with you guys. And it's always great talking NFL and goofing around and doing our score predictions and just, whatever comes out, man, it's just another great show. And yeah, man, it's great to be back.
It is, absolutely. And of course, great show with you guys as usual. But you talk about a great show. We got one this Saturday, man. Nation's Corner, once again, is back again. And this time we've got a action-packed show coming up. Of course, this weekend being a huge weekend with Mission Pro from Sea to Shining Sea, featuring, of course, the main matchup between Thunder Rosa versus Laney Luck. And, of course, Thunder Rosa will have Violetta LaGreca in her corner, and Dave LaGreca will be in the corner of Laney Luck. It is going to be a wild, crazy night as well, including other people in action, including other women in action, including Sky Blue, Holodead, Maddie Rankowski, freaking just so many other women on that card. You got to check it out. Go to TitleMatchNetwork.com and check out Mission Pro, the best all women's wrestling promotion on the planet right now with some of the best up and coming talent. Yeah, like I said, Nation's Corner will be covering it. We'll also be covering other aspects of wrestling this week, including an action-packed AEW Dynamite from last night.
And Dynamite was awesome last night.
Yes,
Featuring an awesome main event between the debuting Jay Lethal and Sammy Guevara for the TNT title, and all that will be discussed Saturday at 7/6 Central. At 7/6 Central, YouTube.com/The Nation's Corner. Of course, you can follow them all at Facebook.com/Nation's Corner, Twitter.com/Nation's Corner, and Instagram.com/Nation's Corner. And of course, the Discord GG/Nation's Corner, where not only you can follow them, but you can also follow us, our Nation Sports Show, as well. Don't forget to please like all of our social media as well. Please subscribe to our Twitter, We officially got another subscriber. We're only 19 away.
Nice. Keep it
Thank
up, guys. Keep it up. 82 we're at now. We're getting close. Little bit by little bit. We're getting there.
Absolutely. We're getting there, guys. And we thank you.
And real quick, shout outs to everybody in the chat. Tony, R.A., Trenda, Randy. Good to see you, bro. Haven't seen you in a couple years, man, ever since we had our last show in Rockingham, man. Just such a great dude, man, talking metal and rock and roll, sports, all that great stuff. Keep it up.
Now, I do want to ask one very important question real quick before we get off the air.
Okay. What's that?
What are we going to do about next week?
That is a really good question.
You know what I was thinking? I'm just thinking this. So if you guys want to, we can actually pre-record the show, or if you want to do it a little bit early, just whatever you guys want to do.
Because I was thinking that even though we're going to have football on Thursday, I was thinking maybe we can do a show on Wednesday.
That wouldn't work for me, unfortunately, because of my job. I wouldn't be able to join you
Oh,
guys.
yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking, Steven, it is Thanksgiving. It is a big week. I think we can still do the show on Thursday, depending on what your guys' plans are. We can discuss this more off the air. We'll get this to you guys as soon as possible on information for next week's show. We'll discuss that at the end of this, but right now we got to get going. We know there's some programming on, of course, Impact Wrestling on right now on Access TV and on YouTube. So if you guys are watching that, or if you guys are watching any of tonight's slated games, enjoy. So for Kevin Rorie, for Joseph Thornton, for my good heavy metal brother, Stephen Wyand, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you all next week for another action-packed edition of Our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody, and have a great evening.
Turn me up.